right, Scott Fischer, John Greene here with Scott Fischer Enterprise and Digital Lead Performance. I hope you had an opportunity to see our last video. A lot of questions came up from our last video, a lot of phone calls, and we wanted to clarify a few things that we think are important for you to understand. You know, most importantly, why are digital leads so important? Why?
Well, it's a good question, and I think several things are happening, right? Particularly inside the Harley-Davidson world, digital is a big discussion point. Some of the things that the motor company has done with Shift Digital, some of the things with
A little shifty.
Yeah, there's some. It's bringing a topic to the surface that I think all dealers have known exists and is relevant.
Yes.
Few dealers have really dived into it and sorted it out, and that partnership that Harley has is kind of pushing this topic, which is fine.
Right.
It's on people's minds. That's a good thing for us because we don't have to bring up the topic any longer. But from our standpoint, I think the main reason that digital leads are so important is the traffic pattern. Customer traffic patterns are shifting, and it's not just for motorcycles, it's for all retail. Everything, not everything, but so much more happens online before it happens in person. You guys may be seeing this in your store with traffic counters or transactional data, anything you might track. We've seen it a bit. Physical traffic down a little, but the customers who do come in are a little further down the line in terms of buying cycle, because they've done some research, but they're landing on your website first. Yeah. And if they raise their hand, and a hand raiser is somebody that just requests information. What's my trade worth? Can I get approved? How much for that bike? Whatever the case is, and they ask for information. Your ability as a dealer to follow up almost immediately and effectively, and a long time down the road until that becomes an appointment, or that it becomes a credit app, until that becomes a sale, is more and more and more important. Because I would bet you, every consumer, if they're like me, if I'm going online, I'm not just putting a lead into one dealership.
Yes.
I'm going to put them into 3 or 4, and whoever responds first, whoever responds best, and whoever responds most frequently has the best shot at earning my business.
Okay, so like Shift Digital right now, clearly a great move that's happening because they're bringing a great focus to really the digital marketing and the digital strategies that happen in the business. But one of the things, John, that we've learned is that sometimes we don't need more leads. We actually need a better way of managing the leads we have. And I think that one of the things that we love is that the Shift Digital is allowing dealers to get more focused on digital leads. They're getting more resources, but we're really providing something that's beyond Shift Digital. And let's share a little bit about what's really important there, what we're seeing as an important part of the resource that we're providing. So John, so Shift Digital today, they're doing a lot in the dealer network. So what makes digital lead performance, our service, important for the dealer?
Well, we're all about what happens when the lead gets to the dealer's website. Okay, we can talk at length about digital marketing strategies, how to have a robust program for AdWords and Facebook and your keywords and your targeting different areas, all the different lead generation sources that you can put on your website. There's all kinds of things that we can help dealers with, because that's one of the things that we evaluate before we take them on. How many leads do you get, and where do they come from? So we can add some value to that conversation, but even without increasing the number of leads, the biggest opportunity is converting the leads you already have. Okay, so this is not about, hey, spend a bunch more money to drive more leads and sell a few more bikes. This is, hey, you've got a bunch of leads.
Yes.
Let us take over the follow-up. We mentioned this in the last video. Under 6 minutes when we're following up with those, that's unheard of. Harley has surveyed dealers through Pied Piper. Nobody does this in 6 minutes, and it happens regularly. Again, I mentioned this last video. If you're open we're following up with your digital leads. I don't care what time zone you're in, if you're open,
So,
we're following up.
so what happens with the leads? You know, when we work through the month of July, we've got X amount of leads. What happens with the leads that don't make it to the dealership, that we don't make appointments with? What happens with the old leads?
We continue to follow up.
So, you know, what are we finding today with
Oh.
with the old leads that we didn't, you know, the leads that come in this month that we didn't get into the dealership? What are we doing with those leads, and what are we finding out from performance of those leads?
Well, the way that we operate with our agents, okay, it's just like, it's like having a good pay plan for the employees that you have in the store. If you incent them on the right activities, they will actually do those activities. So our agents are really compensated on the volume of outbound activity they have, which is follow-up, phone, text, email, set and kept appointments, okay? So we've got a group, our really senior guys, our best guys are working the newest leads, okay? Because that's your greatest opportunity. It's a new lead online. It's like having somebody call the store and ask for a price. That's a great lead. Your salespeople are handling that. But the internet lead that comes in, we've got our best people on it right now. Our people that are not that A-team group, okay, they still want to be productive, and we found that they can go back and work these older leads. They can work a 30-day, a 60-day, a 90-day lead, and what we find there, those leads are not getting touched at all by the dealership, right? They're not important enough, and I don't want to say that bad. It happens to us too. It happens to us too. They're not important enough. They're not hot enough. They're not new enough for a salesperson to actually follow up. But we're shaking those leads loose. We're calling them. We're asking them if they ever bought a bike. Are they still interested? We're converting those to appointments, and we're giving you another shot at having that customer come back in the store.
So I think what's really important about that is if you look at the people inside of a market area that aren't buying motorcycles are still being followed up by a dealership inside that market area. And think about how it impacts the brand of that store in the marketplace. That customers who aren't buying are still out there talking about how the dealer has been so great at following through with me, providing me information about new motorcycles or perhaps even events that happen at the store. But they're really focused on keeping all customers in touch with what's going on, and they don't let go of those customers.
No, I think that's a really good point there, because when I say our team, they do work for Digital Lead Performance, but they are representatives for your store. Yes. So when there's a lead that comes in to any dealership, we're calling that customer back on behalf of that store. We work for you. That's how we're calling back, that's how we're texting, that's how we're emailing. And our first goal is to establish a positive relationship on behalf of you, the dealer. So just to your point, we're out there, we're communicating in a favorable light with the customers that are in your immediate market and probably a few markets away, because people shop a lot that way. And that's good. I think from a selfish standpoint, that helps us because it helps Harley-Davidson and Harley-Davidson dealers really look good in the mind of customers that are shopping for motorcycles.
Yes.
And if we can do that, it helps our business,
Yep.
which is great. It helps the Digital Lead Performance business, but it also helps the overall Harley business, and that's important to us.
It keeps the customer engaged in the motorcycle industry, in the Harley industry. When Harley comes out with new products, they feel comfortable about calling the dealership again. It's very important. So look, let's wrap this up. But you know, once again, how do I get, if I'm a dealer and I'm interested in this, how do I get started? What do I got to do to find out more about our service?
Easiest thing to do, at the end of this video, there'll be an embedded link there. Just click on that link. It'll take you to our SFE website. It'll actually land you on Digital Lead Performance. You can request a demo, you can call us, we can do an evaluation, or you can just sign right up and get going. But we're seeing great results. We've got very happy dealers, and we'd like to do it for you. It's all about selling more motorcycles. It's great for CSI. It's a great return on investment, and we're open for business.
Rock on.